What is up, guys? My name is Mitchell or Deity, and welcome to Epic 7. Those of you guys that don't know, I make new player guides for this game. I have a most updated one that goes over everything that's going to be in the game currently, except for the Dashpass. So today we're going to talk about the Dashpass a little bit and how it's going to affect your account, and then make a tier list of the characters for who you should pick for the Dashpass. But going into the Dashpass, this is the best time to ever start Epic 7. Okay, this is a two-part event. We're going to have part 1, part 2 next month. The thing is, the sooner you start your account, the sooner you start getting these rewards, the better. Now, some of you guys might be coming back to the game with an old account. Depending on how far your progress is, there's a good chance I would suggest that you just start a new account. Epic 7 has the best new player experience. The honeymoon phase of this game is better than all other games. Now, the long term of this game, not as good. They don't keep up with updates. There are some underlying issues that have been complained about for years, but the beginning of this game is so much fun. Stabilizing an account and getting it all together, seeing who you pull, and then this just amplifies it to the moon. So last year, this event came around for the first time during the 6th anniversary. The rewards they give are insane. There are going to be new player rewards and old player rewards. New player rewards, I'm not sure the cutoff. If anyone knows, you can comment it. I'll favorite it as to how old your account could be to get the new player rewards. But the either reward is great. Technically, the old player rewards are better, but you get less selectors for characters. New player rewards, more selectors, more stuff focused toward the beginning of the game. And let me tell you, going through an account with these rewards is game changing. Like your account versus if you started 2 months ago versus starting an account today, in the shortest period possible, your account is going to be insane. Last year, I did a challenge. I'm going to be doing one this year again at the end of this Dashpass, to where I push Masters RTA, which is RTA. It's a real-time arena. It's the one of the PvP game modes of this game. It's really the only thing to do once you reach a certain point in the game is play against other people in PvP. Because you have everything beaten, you just farm to get gear to play PvP against others. That's the general outline of this game. The PvE is not the best at the end game. Going through the game is really fun though. Beating stuff for the first time, starting to farm it, starting to get upgrades. You feel like you're making progression, but you hit a wall and then that wall just stays forever. There's no climbing over that wall. It's the issue with the game. But the game's fantastic outside of that. Now, last year though, what I was saying with the challenge is I was able to reach Masters RTA in 4 days of making a new account. So I was fighting against end-to-end game players. I fought against multiple legend players who are the top 100 players in the game. On that account, I actually beat one of them on a brand new account. So it shows that this game, 1, is super free-to-play friendly. 2, there's a big knowledge gap. You have to learn the game. You are not going to be able to do what I did. You will be able to go in and make crazy fast progress, but don't expect to be the top of PvP, and that account couldn't actually perform at the top. You can just occasionally get a win against one of those top players. But just know this is the best event possible to get into the game for. So, going in, new players. This is what this video is going to be covering. Old players, you can kind of utilize this as to the things I suggest. I'll talk a little bit about it. But going in, you're going to be getting all this gear, and then at the end of each week, you're going to be getting a 5-star hero selector. You're going to be getting, I believe, 4 to 6 max selectors, and then some general selectors as well as artifact selectors, which will cover artifacts in a different video. But you'll have a hero selector. This one is a non-max one. Whenever you see these upgraded options, that's going to be a maxed out character. That means it's going to come up with fully skills maxed up. It's going to be 6-starred. Everything about the character is done. So these are really important. These are primarily used for picking PvP focused characters. Now, I'm going to go ahead and there's a couple things that we can talk about real quick. The gear that comes from this, the new player gear, is not as good as the old player gear, but this is all still fantastic gear. It'll help you stabilize your account super fast. The way these missions work is you have to do so many challenges per day, per week. Once you finish the weeklies, then you're basically just waiting till the end of the week because these will open at the end. Now, if you don't want to start Epic 7 right now, that's fine. You can start on week 5 or 6 and all the old missions will be open. That's why I'm going to be making the challenge on week 6 so I can go claim all the rewards from week 1 through 5 as well as the week 6 rewards. So making an account on the 6th week, technically probably the best time you could do it, but the sooner you start Epic 7, the more summons you end up getting. And there is also the ability to get these free Moonlight summons every single day, 5 of them a day for the, what is that, 20 days? You get 20 days of these. So with the 20 days of these, there is a good chance you're going to get quite a few ML5s and you'll get 2 guaranteed at least. So you'll get 1 light, 1 dark ML5 guaranteed. Average, you'll probably get 4 to 5. The average probably get 4 to 5. Some people will get 15. Some people will get 2. And it'll just be the free ones. And that's just how this goes. It's RNG. You just hope you get lucky. Now, you don't have to have ML5s. That's not the end-all, be-all of the game. The thing with Epic 7 is the new characters that come out generally power creep the old ones. So if you pull the newer ML5s as you progress your account from the Mystic banners, that's going to be great. There is a new character coming Wednesday. That is Witch in the Mirror Tenebria, I believe is her name. She looks really good. So if you end up getting her, this is gonna be fantastic. Lots of free rewards. The biggest thing. I also, before we go into the tier list, I'll pull it up right now, is I'm going to be doing a day-by-day progression series. So I'm going to upload a video. It's not a guide, but I'm going to show you what I am doing for a new account, and you can mirror along with me, but it's just going to be on top of the new player guide I have already. That new player guide will be linked down in the description for you guys to follow. You can just click that. It has 10 episodes, just gets your account stabilized to where you can play the game efficiently and don't have a million questions. Hopefully they'll be answered within that. And then if you have extra questions, I'll be streaming a little bit each day on this new account. And I can touch on some of the questions that you asked a lot in these daily videos. So the daily video will just be me going in, showing what all I did with the account, who I picked from Selector, how my characters are geared, what I'm working toward, and things like that. So this is my list for the selectors. There are going to be the max selectors and the non-max selectors. The first week, I would pick one of these two characters. The reason for this is you're going to be able to use Selene in PvP. Fene you can kind of use in PvP. And then Fene is just good in all PvE. You use her a lot of Abyss stages. Selene is good for a lot of PvE as well. But Selene is more of a PvP, PvE style character that'll fit in both a little bit more than Fene. Fene is better individually at PvE though. Now, either one you take is fine. The idea of taking one of these characters is we're going to be utilizing them to clear story or chapter 3 and 4 of story. So once you get to chapter 3 of story, your free Spiritaria starts not doing enough damage and dying. Selene and Fene both fill that replacement. You can switch it off and either have, if you're following the guide, you'll have one of those two in place of her, and it makes going through chapter 3, 4, and 5 a breeze. There's only like 1 or 2 hard stages you'll even have to pay attention to. Everything else will just be auto. And the gear for Fene is going to be the gear that you get going through the Wyvern missions. It will give you a gear set when you obtain the character Brig, which I will talk about with my progression day-by-day series. And then Selene, you can put any damage dealer gear on her. It could be the free attacks that you get to be getting, could be any of the destruction sets. She can work on any damage set. The Fene, though, needs HP. She's going to be a damage dealer. She needs an HP ring, crit damage neck that comes from that Wyvern thing, and either one of them, you'll have gear in the first couple days. It's going to be the smoothest playthrough of a gacha game you can imagine. So these are the top 2 picks. I'm going to be picking Selene myself on my account, but Fene would be a great other pick. I just know that Selene works because I did it last year. So last year, my order was picking Brig from first selector because Brig was locked behind like 2 months of missions. They made Brig to where you can get them on like the second day now. So we're not taking Brig first week. It'll be Selene or this. Then from there, you have some options. The max selectors should be going toward mostly damage dealing characters because the Mologora gives extra damage on the skill up. So getting a max skilled up character, you're getting more damage out of it. That's where picking Janua, Mort, Polytus is okay. Schneel is not a damage character, but his skill ups are very important. Next up, we have Bellona. Her skill ups are very important. She's a damage dealer, very good for a lot of PvE. Next up, Elena. Her skill ups would be great. Gives you more healing, more combat readiness. Hers are fantastic. Next is Elagos. Lidica doesn't really need skill ups, so I'm not putting her too far into the front. These 2 characters here are later game options. I kind of ordered them from left to right as to who I'm going to pick. I will probably pick I may end up getting Mort from a free ticket, so I don't know if I'll pick Mort from this. It's still up in the air. I may end up getting Shu from that ticket instead and just taking Mort from this just so he's maxed out, because Shu I can just use for PvE without that. There's going to be some changes I'll do, and I'll let you guys know each different character I pick if you follow along the day-by-day series. I'll also show who I get from the summons, and you can kind of compare your account to mine. I won't be playing it in the same rate because I'm playing a Theory Restart, Raid Shadow Legends, and this game. I'm making new player guides on all of them, basically. This one's not really a guide. Sorry, I'm yapping. But these characters all here are great. Arya is pretty good. You do want her skilled up. She can be used for a lot of PvE, not so much PvP. I'm not a huge fan of her, just in general. I never end up using her when I grab her from these things. Rowana, skill ups on her help. You are able to stay alive longer, so I don't mind a Rowana getting some skill ups from being boosted. And then Crowd doesn't really need the, you can just grab him from regular selector. But either way, going back to this, the characters on the left to right for these first 2 are characters that you would want to use max selectors on first versus non-maxed. Then, depending on who you summon and going through the game as you get to later weeks, because it's 6 weeks, so you're going to have to wait 6 weeks to get those last selectors. You're going to be summoning a ton of characters. You're going to be getting a lot of Covenant summons, different things on your account. So from there, you will kind of mix and match different characters throughout this. Some of these characters aren't great in the decent tier. All of these characters are Ken is one of the better ones. These 2 are decent damage dealers once you get your account stabilized. Abigail's probably one of the best characters to pick from this. And then other than that, all these characters are kind of mid. There's no specific place to use them besides potentially there's a new content out for PvE. Otherwise, Yule has a pretty safe option. And then these bottom tier, I wouldn't really potentially pick any of them. I don't know if I'd ever pick Hua Young. She doesn't do enough damage. Ray, I don't really care for. And here's one of the things though. If you like a character, pick it, okay? The biggest thing to take away from this video are these are my top picks, and I'm gonna scroll down. I know you guys can't see these down here. These are my top picks, and then anything from here, if you like the character, just take it. The thing is, we get so many selectors that you're gonna end up picking some random stuff that you just want, okay? Last year, it was, I think I picked 5 characters, and then everything passed for the other 4 selectors that I had. I don't know what to take. It didn't matter. From that point, there was nothing that was actually going to benefit my account. It just made my account look cooler, as all the extra selectors did. So your first couple of selectors are important. Getting Celine, Fene, Janua, Schneel. Those ones are the most important. Outside of that, all these other ones, any one that you like, you're going to be happy with. But again, it's going to come down to if you end up pulling any of these characters through the million summons you get at the beginning of the game. These characters here, I would not pull for any of them. And then this batch of characters here, under me, are all characters you get for free anyway. Brieg you get for free, Sermia free, Sarah you get right away, Tamarin you get for free, Vivian free. These 2 you get through challenges. This is Hall of Trials, Hall of Trials, and then Bomb Autocon is a connection character, same with Yuna. All of those are characters you're gonna get, and then this last batch of characters, that's all the limited characters. Some of the best characters in the game are locked behind this limited thing. There's nothing you can do, and this is what makes these selectors honestly not that valuable. The first couple are valuable, but past that, I wouldn't stress about using your selectors. Just grab a couple of the good characters up here, and then you're fine. Just grab whoever you want for there. If there's a character you like because they got giant bahonkas, grab them. If there's a character you like because you're into dudes, cool, grab that character. Doesn't matter from there. Just try to use your first 4 or 5 selectors somewhat safe. That's really all I have for this video. Going in, the reason for those characters PvP, Janua's PvP, Schneel can actually solo Banshee, but he will be a PvP option for you. Politis is PvP, Bellona is PvE, Mort would be PvP, and then Elena PvP, maybe once or twice user PvE, Eligos, Litica both PvP, and these last 3 are Arya, Rowana PvE, Crowd PvP. Then from there, Abigail would be PvP, and most of these characters are either one specific use case for PvE or PvP. So you'll learn as you go through. I'll talk about each of the different characters, especially as I pull them. Maybe I pull a character I'm excited for. I'm going to say I'm going to use an X thing. I'll try to make those videos somewhat quick for you guys, if just so you do like a daily update, just see how you're going. And if you start, say I'm starting on the first day of this Dashpass, if you start 3 or 4 weeks from now, you're going to be in the same spot because you can finish all those early missions right away versus grinding out and waiting 6 weeks. So you don't have to start Epic 7 today. You can start at any time during the 6-week period and you're going to be good to go. And that's all I have for this video. So I will be streaming every single day in the morning and the afternoon, 2 different stream times. And then from there, try to make 1 consistent video each afternoon. I don't have a set time yet. This first one's going to be a bit slow because I still have to progress through the account, but I'll get a consistent time up for that. And then if you guys have any other videos, I'm going to make the artifact selector video, but past that, I don't know what other videos you would need. I have the guide already up. Again, that's linked in the description. You can just follow that step by step and then just grab the extra gear and utilize it from here. And then maybe mirror what I do in my episodes. I think I talked in circles about 45 times this video. I apologize, but I think I got everything out I needed to say. Thank you guys for watching. It's been Deity, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.